Follow-up event.
Follow-up event? What's the follow-up?
16th.
The next one.
Oh, 99 KO. They're gonna have martial arts there.
I like it.
Let me,
It's
UFC.
a bold move, Kyle.
I wanna ask just philosophy reasons. Why are we trying to stay away from the name Rally?
Oh, I don't know. Could be.
Do we want it to be something different? Is the goal different than a rally? 'Cause I think it set the tone for our other rallies to
Mm-hmm.
follow.
Mm-hmm.
Not only you may call it rally kickoff, you may call it the kickoff.
No,
rally.
I'm not married to it not being a rally.
I like it being called Rattler. Kids already know kind of what to expect. We've had it for a year.
And maybe that's why, if they know what to expect, this is a different event.
Have you guys done rallies throughout the summer at all? Anyone in here? Yeah. Okay. So,
Pike County's the only one that probably.
so I'm just
does
saying, like, our kids
it.
haven't seen it for a while.
Right.
The last one I did was like a student rally. It was really successful.
Mhm.
For me, it wouldn't be a bad thing.
Well, what wasn't the bad thing?
Josh asked the question, why not call it a rally instead of a kickoff event or something different than rally? Because I was saying this is not a rally, we won't call it a rally, it's a fall kickoff.
Football. Kicking the kickoff on the graphic.
Little field goal.
So that's what we're discussing. I'm not married to it not being a rally.
I don't know if that would have any bearing on students coming or not, a name of it yet to ours. We last had a rally in the spring and they've been down, so they haven't been like a great.
Yeah, there's some rallies that struggle, and I just feel like if we gave it a different name for them, that you would get more people.
It comes down to, do you think, what connotation do you think rally has with your students? What do
Right.
they hear rally and think, oh, I want to be with that, or they hear rally and say, oh, another one of those, like, I don't know.
Yeah. So that's my only thoughts there.
Yeah. I was thinking it might help our future
Mhm.
rallies and our continued strength of the semester.
Mm-hmm.
I think if I think we just call it a kickoff rally. They understand like, hey, this is kicking everything off.
Mm-hmm.
You can bring the barbecue.
Yeah, I like kickoff rally. That's fine. That's good.
But it's if we do we call it, is it like a student kickoff? Is it? I mean, there's a lot that you could call it.
Mm-hmm.
I was just trying to hear the heart behind
Yeah.
not calling it.
Did you guys get Jimmy John's?
Yep.
Okay, so
Dude, they freaking fast today. Darn! How are you doing?
Pretty good, you said.
I'm very well.
It's good. I have another box for you.
Okay.
Yeah, if we don't call it the rally off the get-go, then I would say we shouldn't call anyone's in the future rally either. But, you know what I'm saying, like, if we're gonna make this change and change how people feel about things, we might as well just change
Well,
it.
and here's another part of that philosophy is in my ministry we had events. So we've got.
Barbecue.
Barbecue!
I got the baby cues.
Stay away,
I
Josh!
was waiting for you to chuck it in my face.
Barbecue.
Stay
Strawberry
away!
barbecue? No, I had regular. Original.
You look like a thinny.
The number 12, it's a sandwich.
Uh-huh.
You
Well, what about me?
got number 8.
We had 8 on which.
That we had trips, we had events, we had the normal week in, week out
16.
stuff. So this would just
What's the
come off
16?
as a separate
No tomato,
event.
no mayonnaise? I got 16.
17.
That was 1,700, check it
Feels like how much?
The Cause I'm thinking, at the end of encounter, it's basically the same exact thing that we're doing. And we call it.
Sonny, what'd you get, brother?
I got a number 12 on wheat,
There
yep.
you go. You wanna toss this, Jason?
I think you gotta call it a rally, unless you're gonna change what you call the future events.
No, not necessarily. Because
That's
what
what
I
I
was
think.
saying, we have regular ongoing events and then we have special events, like trips and this and this.
Yeah,
So that's another part of the thinking is it comes off as, hey, here's a different event than our normal.
All Coke?
That's easy to diet.
I got diet and things.
Yeah, right in there,
Are they marked?
there, sweetie.
They are.
Yeah, there's one somewhere.
They do not seem to be marked.
Well,
Who's gonna do it?
sniff test.
That's a Coke kind of thing,
That's
Coke.
really, that's probably Coke, don't you think? The
Oh,
darker one?
regular Coke, yeah, that looks like regular Coke. This looks like regular Coke.
Is Diet Coke lighter?
That sweetie right there?
Hey, let me
That's the one,
go to
that's the sweetie,
sniff.
I'm calling right there.
This is tea.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
This has to be Diet
I
Coke.
think this is a regular Coke right here.
Alright, these are all regular Cokes.
I need a diet.
How many regulars did we get? What is that?
I honestly don't know. Here.
I ordered a regular. How many regulars? 'Cause
I got
these
a
are all-
regular.
I got a regular. Who else got regular?
I got a
You
diet.
too. I got a diet.
Yeah, we both got
Alright,
diets.
so the lighter one, those lighter ones have to be Diet, don't you think?
Yes.
That's a weird.
Alright, here, I
So
got it.
regular.
Yeah.
This is a regular.
That's regular?
Yes.
Okay, the lighter ones are regular.
After you.
Sorry, I'm not sick.
You guys.
Barbecue chips, soup, are mine.
Is that these?
I might make a sweet hat.
Yeah, these are
$7
regular.
bill.
Thank you.
Yes.
Did this one look green in the red?
Diet.
What, a little seven?
No, you know,
Oh, yeah.
should do pocket watch.
How much would it cost if we get one just individual?
Woo!
Okay. So I don't care to call it rally. Like I say, there's some that struggle, and my thinking was if we don't call it rally, we would be more likely to get more students.
Oh, we're all doing it Sunday night.
That was kind of the thinking. I know that we've mixed it up and some do it, and I've tried Wednesdays and different things, so that's even open.
I know on Monday, we had said, last Monday when we met, that we all were gonna do it a different night. And then
Oh, yeah.
we said we we're gonna do it Sunday night today, and if we're doing cards that lead up to,
Right.
lead up to uniform,
Right, right.
that's why that's. I'm not opposed to the
Or you
night.
can do it the following Wednesday. That way they have a whole week.
Sure, I don't care, I was just like, when would we?
Anybody not doing it on Sunday?
Extra napkin, right?
Yeah.
There's like two.
There we go.
Good
Here, napkins.
Who would plan on doing it on Sunday? Prefer to do it on Sunday.
On Sunday, I'll probably do it on Sunday.
You say on Sunday or not Sunday?
On.
Sunday? Sunday.
Sunday.
I would say that, at least for the first one, we do it all on Sunday, so we can be really strategic. And then every other rally can be whatever.
I just like that that'll make everything look good, everything will be the same. At this Sunday at your campus, there's going to be the rally kickoff or whatever it is.
We might even get some buy-in from stage, I don't know if that's a possibility, but.
Thanks, Sonny. Okay.
So what's gonna separate this kickoff event from a rally?
You say do or don't.
What is going to?
That is a kickoff, maybe.
What elements are gonna be different?
I don't know,
in
that
this
was
rally?
for us to figure out what we might want to do or look like. I really
That's all
don't
we
know.
need to do.
You wanna talk through some ideas of what we wanna do, and maybe that will help determine the name?
Yeah.
You guys ready? I think one thing that's been really non-threatening to invite new students, like used to in the past, are barbecues. They've been really, really non-threatening.
Some cookout.
Cookout,
Mhm.
well,
Cookout with a bunch of volleyball and
really, in our outside
nice
area.
grill. Uh-huh.
That's probably what, hopefully I get a guy out pit built by then, we can build one that, so I'd probably have a cookout. And I thought what we could do, if I could get like our martial artists to do, like, I was trying to think of just different stuff that we could have there, we probably won't have worship, at an event like this.
Right.
I just do something where we can try to get all of my different kids involved, something that we haven't done before. We've always had food, but we've never really done a gal barbecue, or had like, a little basketball tournament or volleyball or something, we can have all outdoor stuff, we kind of do for our kids. This time of year, right?
Yeah, so have a good time with them and then kind of circle everybody up and tell them what we're gonna be doing this year. I mean, if I'm thinking strategic, I've got another event in the pocket that I'm saying, hey, in October, we're gonna be doing X, Y, and Z. We're gonna take a trip to Six Flags. I don't know what it looks like, but I'm gonna have something else I'm inviting them to. You can tell them about rallies and some vision for rallies and what we're gonna do. Maybe the rally's gonna be changed up, it's gonna look like this.
I'd kick off my small groups that
We
night.
we do small groups and here are the topics that we're gonna be doing. If you're not in a home group, you suck. Something like that. We could put kickoff rally, fun, food, and fellowship for, because that's what it is.
3 Fs.
Call it what it is.
I like it.
That's right. We listen well.
Josh, you would do small groups that night? Or no,
No.
just the kickoff?
Set them up,
Or the following week or whatever?
I feed
put
them.
them into them.
Like what you do with student conference every year?
Yeah, I would push that back to this is I'm talking about look at vision cast of why we do what we do, why we love what we get to do, and I think the one thing I can offer you that the world can't is our human student groups. Would that be all I'll say?
I guess that's another reason I kind of pushed away from calling it a rally, because it really is going to be a different than a rally event. I mean, it's just going to be a lot of fun. It's not going to be any big sermon. It's just going to be
What about
building relationships,
student cookout?
making connections, cookout, fun. Hey, this is what we got coming up. It's going to be an awesome year.
I think if it's rally kickoff, like I think it would, I don't know, because there's value in that too. Calling it rally, I don't know.
I still lean towards fall kickoff or some other name, not putting rally on it. My vote, but I'm just one vote.
So
Money.
we'll either do one, my guess would be we're doing one of two things, everybody does it the same, but we'll either brand something new for kickoff or we'll brand rally for kickoff, and everyone will kind of use that as a template, would be my guess, because we're all trying to do it on the same night. We're
Right.
Trying to be together on what we're doing strategic, so we just need to make a decision, is it rally kickoff or is it kickoff with a new branding?
Mhm.
And who's gonna create that logo and, you know, how we do it.
As you look at Josh.
I mean, no.
To me, it doesn't matter, at the end of the day. If we don't wanna call it rally, that's fine. I don't see any reason for my group not to call it rally, but it does not matter to me.
I think we just call it, what do you call it, student kickoff? High school students.
Mhm.
It's, I think the church would understand what it is. I don't think necessarily negates rallies moving forward.
Right.
But I think it might give us something. Just to be like, hey, I think it makes it really non-threatening if you're inviting somebody to
Mhm.
kick out, kick off.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Every person's facility is so different. And so, like, some of the things you guys leverage will be different than some of the things I leverage. I might be able to rent the park, I'm not sure, but I just think, gotta remember that everyone's contacts are different. What were you gonna say, Brett?
I was gonna say that, I wanted to say before we forgot that, we didn't talk about this for the leadership thing, but so we do the same thing with students, like we do the same thing with like our small group leaders. Because our small group leaders, they're at a table with other small group leaders, they're participating, but, you know, that could be kind of good too. They walk through the same thing with other small group leaders from other campuses. I thought, thinking that.
Separate event?
Nope, same thing, they just come,
They're at their own
they're
thing.
at their own table. Because students are at their own table, right?
We talked about having an adult at each table, making sure that the conversation.
Doesn't get dominated by an older
So we need to have. Alright. And that's fine, but like, we got one per, anyway, it's probably not a big deal right now. I would see value in some of my small group leaders walking through some of the other small group leaders, especially the ones who are newer to it.
Like,
I don't know how many tables we plan on having, but you're gonna have a surplus of small group leaders, is my guess. You're only gonna have one per table. Still don't have a place to put the rest of them anyway.
You have like 30 tables, 35 tables, per table, maybe 25. Every table sits 7 people, so 6 are kids, 1's a leader. So if you do a 1-to-7 ratio, give or take, which I don't know what your breakdown as leaders are. Some leaders are gonna be out of town. I don't know.
We could do a separate one, I'm just saying, like, I want to bring as many people I have in mind for a small group meeting, as many people I'm willing to. I've got like 12 adults on my target right now, I want them all.
Yeah.
And if we have 30 tables, then Kirk's will bring 12 adults, like, my assumption is it's going to be surplus. And are we assigning that to small group leaders, or are we asking, hey, I mean, that's what I'm saying, like, are you saying, hey, everyone just go to one? I don't know. It's not a huge deal. I don't really spend a lot of time on it, but I was like, I just had it in mind. I was going to be intentional for our small group leaders.
okay. We have some overflow leader tables. So not everybody would get, but the leaders that aren't at the table still have something they're gleaning long from. Maybe towards the end, that's the crew that we have come help serve in, you know?
Sure, from there.
But, Nate, you three leader tables, why don't you do me a favor, let them help serve. Or ask them if they may be interested. Toby?
Andre, how the guard treat you, man?
Huge.
That's a big sandwich.
It's huge. Very filling.
It's almost like hard to tackle, you know?
It's huge. Like you gotta make big bites. The meat wants to like.
Yeah, it just slides out of the sandwich.
Yeah.
Probably got that on, which,
You got, man, it is just shooting out, bro.
No.
It's impossible.
Sandwich is okay. But not having bread or cheese, having the sandwich is much better with bread and cheese.
oh, the bread, I love the bread. I think that's what I wanted to try it.
Oh, you did the unwich without cheese.
Yeah, it's got the BLT, it doesn't have cheese. Yeah. What is it called?
Is that a new lifestyle? Okay.
Yeah, I should be.
What you got like? What are you doing?
Toby!
Before your kids come?
Huh?
You wanna do something before your kids come?
Come out with twins?
Yeah, you said you had a goal or something before they came. Before they came.
To lose 10 pounds. Not working out so hot. First week went bad. No, I think if I crack down, I can get her done. I should have negated the chips right there.
No, really good.
So the goal for the kickoff rally is to have as many students as possible, right? That's the idea, outreach and background. So you get as many kids as possible, hopefully plug into small groups.
Any idea of doing it off campus or was this something going on campus?
That's a good question.
Is something we're gonna try to tackle at school? I mean, is this something I'll try to? What do y'all think?
Where can you have the most fun? That's where I put it. Where can you have the most fun?
We got a lot of freedom like at our campus, you know, but otherwise I'd have to do just a lot of moving and parts for somewhere else. Or kind of what you have in mind, but it depends if you just want to do a dance off, maybe go to the gym, things, you know, dance off, the roller skating rink or something.
So if you're gonna do like a cookout field, there's not really gonna be an opportunity to speak, even with the PA system, you're not gonna catch everybody. Is that okay? You know what I mean? You understand what I'm saying? Like if it's a free-flowing thing, and our goal is not to speak at it, which is different than our normal rallies. This is a kickoff event, and our goal is to just infuse them into, have conversations, infuse them into small groups. Is it okay not to actually have any big announcements at all? Just have it all relational one-on-one.
If it's me, I'm gonna fire up the troops and then vision cast what we're doing.
So you're gonna transition them into a spot or something?
I'm thinking of the audience that's coming. We got, in the funnel, these people are up here. What is it I need to give them that's going to get them to come back?
I'm gonna sit all my kids down.
You're gonna set them down? Mm-hmm.
I'll bring them in, we'll sit them down, and this is why we do what we do.
Uh-huh.
Talk about, man, this is why we value small groups.
How long does this last?
About for 5-7 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
probably. Then I'd spend about 5 minutes introducing all the small group leaders and let them sign up. That's kind of what I would attempt to do. And then I'd probably try to do some type of sign-in process as they come sit down. Because, not everyone's gonna sign up for a small group, so I'd probably have my son, because I probably have a lot of it structured outside, block off some part of our parking lot. I might even try to remount a basketball hoop outside, since we got new concrete, new asphalt, and try to leverage it outside, and as we come inside for the sit-down part, that's where I do the, probably sign in with your name, number, grade, and school. So I could try to catch some of it inside of your small groups. People go,
Part of me is afraid to put all my eggs in the outdoor environment basket just because you never know what the weather will be like.
Your campus, you don't have to.
Well, the problem, like I was thinking about that too, like part of me is like, something different for us would actually to be in the auditorium to, you know, drape off, make it kind of like what Macomb did at All Staff, but like just create something very, very different. Not in the studio, but if I wanted to kick off and I wanted to feel very different, then I would be a different part of our building. All the way up clean room outside, I like the outdoor feel. I also like the idea of maybe part of the time we're outside and then we come in to do like exactly, because that's what I would do. I'd want to introduce every leader I've got. I'd want to vision cast. I think that, I mean, there's not a scenario, even if I were outside and didn't have a PA system, at this particular juncture, like I would feel extreme weight to make sure that everyone knows these are the leaders. Because yeah, for us, we want to make sure we get it in groups, or at least introduce our adult leaders. But there's still nothing that, like, that's why I'm asking the question, like, I want it to look very different than any rally. Trying to figure out the elements in which I could do, like as if it's a barbecue, like that's good, that's a good one. But having stuff set up for them to play, or, I mean, if I could just be in a different environment altogether, I could do that too, but that's why I was asking the question is, what about going off campus altogether? And if there's any, like, there's certainly value in us doing it on our campus, but I don't know if there's value.
Like Brandy in a YMCA.
Sure, like doing something like that, or, you know, even going to the school and doing it. I mean, like there's just some, I don't know, if you all see value, like I'm asking for thoughts of doing it on versus away.
I did that last year.
Went off campus.
Did both, went off campus. My goal was to do everything off campus, worship and all the fun. So we went to Ball 4, which has 3 basketball courts, 2 sand volleyball, mini golf, batting range, driving range. And we had we were planned for a band. We had everything, you know, set aside, and then we had
I remember.
had a weather forecast that predicted rain later that night. So then we had to go back to the church to do the worship, more section part of it. What I found was a lot of kids wanted to do Ball 4. They wanted to come do all the fun, but they didn't make that transition back to the church. They just went home. So our numbers at Ball 4 was higher than what we had at the church. As we're talking about making this attractive and bringing in as many kids as you can get, the less churchy, session-y type stuff you have, the more kids you're probably gonna. So I think if we don't call it a rally, we might actually bring in a different crowd because we've been doing rallies for a while. They kind of have heard maybe what a rally looks like, or they've been to it, call it something else. You might have a lot more kids trying to figure out, okay, let me check out what this is. When I did it last year, that's kind of what I got. I had two different numbers.
It was like if it were student kickoff and I did it at the school and we were able to pump some energy at the school, like where, I don't know, maybe we set up laser tag at the school or we did something kind of unique, or I don't know. I say, maybe that'd be kind of fun. If we're gonna be like, if it's gonna be an outward outreach event that but. Yeah, I definitely think that whatever I would do if I did it off campus, I'm glad you said that, Andres, I definitely would not bring them back. I would figure out a way
Yeah.
to make sure that doesn't happen. That's good information. But, like, do you think, Andre, if the weather wouldn't have played an issue,
We would have stayed at ball 4.
do you think that would have been like but would you have left with some momentum? Like, would you have felt really good about it?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, everything that evening was just so disjointed because part of our plan, we couldn't execute it. Like we were gonna get there right after church, get everything set up, and then we saw the forecast and we had to, we had to have a bus to shuttle kids from the church to ball 4. Kids were getting dropped off and stuff like that. I mean, everything was just, it was a mess. So I probably won't ever try to do like worship like that outside again in that kind of.
Yeah, I don't think I'd do worship for that. Is anyone thinking about doing worship for this event?
Yeah.
I wouldn't even. Oh, I love the idea of us doing just something like what you're talking about, what you all were talking about, just something really fun, and then maybe still in 5 minutes sit down, have a conversation, and that's it. Yeah, I like that.
Have some music pumping like crazy and stuff to do.
Free martinis.
What?
Free martinis.
Yep.
You went there first.
Hey,
Just,
free doobies?
yeah, free dudes. Go
You
doobie.
could have a vape session.
Babes.
Advanced vape session.
Advance.
Novice, pros.
Gonna do them indoors.
Like it works.
That's right. Free jewels for the first one person to come.
That's right.
Did anyone have a creative, fun idea for this? Like something fun they could do that they haven't done?
I kind of want to see kids wrestling kids. So I might see if Robert Brent, if he's available, dude that does martial arts class, if he'd come for like 20 minutes, and that's when I bring all the kids inside, take the chairs out, and then I partner up with somebody, he just teaches them how to take somebody down, and that's it, And I thought that'd be kind of fun.
Gotta kill someone.
Yeah, no, just take them down, but like, I thought it'd be fun, like, seeing girls, black girls try to
Wrestle.
take each other girls down.
Your girls wrestle each other.
So,
I've seen it.
Like, what are fun things your high schoolers enjoy to do? Like, do they?
I would have a huge Madden station.
Yep.
A what station?
Madden.
Mm-hmm.
That just came out last week. I'd have Madden on the projector. I'd have Madden on I'd probably have 2 to 3 Maddens going. Because have that rolling, I'd try to get my basketball hoop set up outside. That's gonna take a lot of work, so that might not happen. Get volleyball net outside. Have a grill, everything rolling. I have tables inside for people to sit and congregate. I'd probably close off my gym, even though it gets used like crazy if it's open, but it spreads people out, which I want to
Separate them in.
If you want to do something stupid, go outside. And we're going to lock it down. It's not going to be open. Which is going to be hard to do.
Yeah, just keep in mind you've got guys and girls, so you got guy games and
Yeah, what all do you do for?
girl game, and also you have
Honestly,
people that don't like big events would rather go in and sit and talk or go in and play cards or Madden
honestly, I
and stuff.
have round table. It's what I usually do for girls. I don't know. I try to figure out what girls like, and I have often struck out. What do you want for girls?
I did find, well, can't remember high school camp. Never mind, so it's not relevant. Let's say junior high kids, girls love Gaga ball. Our girls did, so I know that'd be something for them. But they love sitting. Our high school girls sitting and talking is a big thing that they just sometimes don't take the chances to do or to hang out. So I know creating a community like is what our kids miss. Is having everybody in one spot in a community. So try to have that. And like we kind of are like either you have to be outside or inside. So we do put our eggs in the basket of outside, then it's just kind of where we have to be.
Yeah, plan for weather,
Yeah.
low contingency.
We have half a group that likes to play board games. I don't know, like strategic role playing board games. I think. I don't know. Stuff like that. I don't know that. I don't know.
You say Catan?
That's actually like, that's not odd or obscure, that's a normal one. He's
Yeah,
probably talking
Catan
like
is like pretty mainstream now.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. There's just games I never heard of.
Eldritch Core, all that crazy stuff.
Yeah. So, might have something like that for kids being inside. 'Cause my group's half and half. Half will play and half sit and talk.
The length of this event is what, 2 hours? Or you did more?
I would do work, I'm like hour and a half.
Yeah,
Hour and a half?
hour and a half. 2 hours would be crazy max,
have-
but hour and a half is.
I'll plan like 40 minutes for a barbecue fun, bring them into that, and then do something stupid afterwards. Like have something where we do something stupid. But kind of let them chill, hey.
They'll tell you when they don't want to be there.
Because the longer you take it, like I think, it's like for me, if I keep it, I want to abbreviate it because I know my kids are gonna come and go. So I want to get them, I want to package them, I want to hit them with what I need to hit them with, and if they want to leave, they can leave. If not, they can hang.
Right,
That's kind of what.
yeah.
I mean, that's what I found with my culture of kids.
Yeah, at an hour and a half, you're done with that, and if they want to hang, 2 hours, whatever they hang.
I would leave the back end open and they normally decide when they're done. But most of them go pretty long, talk and hang.
And that's good and healthy for
Yeah, it's great.
relationships.
I'm just trying to figure out still where the majority of our students are going, what are they going to do? Like, I'm just thinking, there's people playing the Madden, some playing ball, but if everyone else is just kind of hanging out, like what kind of environment do I need to create to make that part really good? Like if this is, like if I'm at the campus and this is the environment I have to offer, like I mean, I know music, but like,
You doing a meal? Like, are you?
we'll have a meal, but
What you're thinking is there'll be maybe 4, 5, 6 playing volleyball, and the rest could be just standing around going.
yeah, I just want to make sure that, like, I don't want it to feel like, oh, like this is it's just a fun, like, I don't know, like, part of me is like, does there need to be more of a production, like, I'm not saying the sermon, but like a production of sort, like, do we need to be doing something altogether that's fun, having a good time, funny, I don't know, something that makes, like, I'm just trying to think of, like, I envision this as starting, for me, it looked very similar to rallies I've done before, unless I go somewhere else, or unless unless it's production driven of some sort. It doesn't have to be all production, but I'm just trying to think of what I would do to really change the game. And if I set up a few environments that you can go play or hang out in, like that's literally what I do at every rally. And frankly, like I mean, there was some steam toward the end of our school year, but I wouldn't say that. I don't think we were there yet. So I'm just sitting here with like, is anyone else going to try something production driven? Are you all just thinking of doing something we all just hang out? Because I'm wanting to. I want a big change up. Like I want a big change up. Part of it's like I want to borrow someone's pipe and drape, and I want to use our auditorium. I want to shut down a lot of our auditorium. I wanna do something that's a lot bigger, because our studio in Kirksville, it's a nice space, but it doesn't, I mean, it needs a face, like that environment needs a face to it. So I don't know, I just wanted to hear, like, besides what we would usually do for rallies or anything else that y'all are thinking through.
I've been thinking, because before this morning, I thought the event after student conference was going to be like last year, going to be like Encounter, it was going to be a rally. So I almost already scheduled my whole band for that. So now I'm thinking, we're not going that route. We're not going program. We're going somewhere else, doing a kickoff. I'm just thinking about like my space and what I could do with my volunteers and make it attractive, make it fun. Probably gonna have one of my parents who loves to smoke meat. Bring his big smoker and smoke like like a pork loin, maybe even some drumsticks, and just be smoking that like possibly even that Sunday morning. So that smell is resonating in the parking lot, just creating that buzz already. Having multiple options for kids to do when they get there in terms of.
I think that's one thing we're looking for, multiple options that we can all just kind of start throwing out on the table.
We're Macomb's different. We've got different space, but using the lobby for pickleball, we have 2 9 squares. Our kids love 9 square. Every time we do a rally, both 9 squares the kids are playing both of those games. We got
Even 4 square for some.
I mean,
Like Kirksville.
like
I mean,
4 square.
It's
Yeah.
just a magnet.
Yeah,
that's sticking
yeah. Or if you don't have the big space, 4 square in the air. That's what we do
Isn't
for
it?
Fuse. We do 4 square in the air for Fuse because we have a smaller room. So we can't do it. We can't open it up like 48 does. But kids, middle school kids, love playing 4 square in the air. They love that game. We have a basketball court in the back where we can have 3-on-3 game going on outside. We have video games. I'm going to have open round table. I love the round table ideas for the girls, putting some cards out there with different types of games. I got a small group leader who would love to oversee something like that if I give that to her. We got enough seating area for kids to sit and eat and talk and engage in something. So I'm basically, this is probably going to be the first time we have everything just available. You can do everything that you've ever done or you could ever do here for fun. So it'll be like a big free for all and go nuts.
The only thing I'm scared about for a free for all is what we saw at camp when we did a free for all. We had all these options at camp during rec time and stuff, but there was not a ton of energy at any one in particular. Maybe at one of them there was a bunch of energy, but it was really spread out, and sometimes it felt like the camp was like dead, like it was just quiet. So I'm scared of that too, but it's all good.
That's why I was asking, like, just what's the goal? Like, I think the one thing that would separate this kickoff from, like, our rallies is, like, actually we don't have any agenda. Like, we don't have a big message to give you. Like, we're, like, literally our leader's goal is just to have conversations with everybody, spend time with them. Whether that's outside for us, that'd be a big difference outside the park. Like, we don't have the space, we don't rent, like, you can rent the park, but we don't own the park. We don't own a piece of grass available, right? Like, we don't have a lot of big open space. I've done in the past rally, energy's always great in my lobby because my lobby's small and it's a lot of kids in there, and so it works really well, leveraging stuff like that. But I'm not going to something like this is the end. The end is community. Like for me, like that's why, and for me it's different too because every Sunday from 4 to 6 we meet, and so this will be a one-off, different type of deal for us. And so that's why I was asking again, like, would you gather all your kids up, or would you just say, hey, like, come hang with us, chill with us? But the danger in that is, like, this is really lame. Like, why am I even doing this? There's no energy here, there's no X, Y, or Z.
Mhm.
Like, how can you really make it that different than a rally, especially if your budget's not bigger? That's a great question. Like, you could go off-site, and that would be way different. You could do lots of different things, but, you know, to really separate from a rally, you would have to do some huge facelift. I envision ours looking similar-esque to a rally, just because I don't know how to really separate it that much.
You're a little limited. You can't, well, you got the park across the street, but
I guess-
that's kind of a weird.
You could rent it, but it's a little weird, it's a little strange, and there's a
Yeah.
lot of, yeah, we're different, and I acknowledge that, so I'll just leverage what I do have.
Yeah. Yeah, you kind of have
Like
to do that.
we've done our big outreach events this last year. We did miniature golf throughout the entire church, which was a huge hit with our kids. We did scavenger hunt. We did different things like that in our context. But I want those all to be for each of our rallies. So if we're not going to call us a rally, I'm going to do it differently. And I'm going to use those later for my rallies because I know they work and I know they're effective. So I'll do 4 big rallies a year. But again, my ministry looks different than your guys', so.
I'm not even opposed to a trip. What? Back in the day, we probably did events, but even a trip somewhere maybe limits the number of kids that would go, probably more than anything. But in some cases, it may actually, you might get more kids that way. I wouldn't.
And I think that definitely depends on the size. Like Josh or an Andre or me would probably never
Well, right.
do a trip.
Yeah.
But like I've always talked about leveraging what you have. When you have a smaller group, you actually have the ability to do things that you would never have to be able to do with a huge group of kids.
Now, like Brett, he took students over to Kansas City and had a good number.
There was about 50 of them. That was for, there was, I'd say 40, there's 10 adults, but that was for, it wasn't evangelistic at all. It was for, I can't think of what it's called. But,
Winter jam.
yeah, it's for winter jam.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that's awesome. I would like to go to work again.
I mean, if it wasn't that far to St. Louis or Kansas City or something, but, you know, take a small trip, load up and go. It wouldn't be maybe the first choice, but it's an option.
Yeah, I think like for our campus, having a cookout is gonna be vastly different than what we typically do. Cause our rallies, I try to make every single one look different. The one thing that's always common is you come in and there's always a meal, and then we have some type of session-oriented thing into whatever the response is. So being able to come in and say, hey, we're having a cookout, we want you to have fun, I'll talk to you real quick, like that for us is going to be very different to our kids.
I think some key things is that you have some adults at your event, of course, and their responsibility is to create atmosphere, get kids involved. You know, if adults are up here and kids come and they just start standing around and talking and looking at each other, so you have to be intentional about getting people involved in games or whatever, pulling people in. Some locations, the best environment might be in the lobby. I think most of them would be outside. I think Keokuk out in the parking lot, and you guys, I think probably outside is pretty cool. Macomb, I can see that, and there too. Monty, the green space, you not so much, so you have to figure out. But anyway, just thinking about where you can create an environment of buzz. Sometimes on an outside, if the sound system isn't whatever, it's pretty.
What was that?
I can't spell it. But, so anyway, just you think about environment?
I thought about one thing too, I might try, and it may totally suck, but, doing like some live music of my students that I know are gifted.
Hmm.
Like, so, like, hey, they part of worship, just have time where they just play whatever songs they want. And it's to set up a stage outside, set up a little sound system out there, and they just have, that's just like a loose, like a background entertainment piece.
Mhm.
That could be cool. And give them another place to play.
Just talking like not like church music, just like whatever.
Yeah,
As long as it's not
we sing some Shawn Mendes, you know, we can,
right.
Little Adele.
Couple anyway, is that right?
yeah, there'll definitely be some Post Malone in there, I guarantee it.
Stuff.
Yeah, dude.
My head keeps going back to Kirksville. You know, it's a big parking lot, big building, and students come in and there's, you know, they see a 9 square setup and a volleyball net, and it's a little smoker over here smoking. It's like, I don't know how, I'm thinking environment, it's just kind of like just doesn't really get it for me. I didn't know maybe if off in the grass, even on that east side, or, you know.
Everything is swallowed up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It just seems like you got.
It's bad I'm complaining about the amount of space that we have, but it's like every single space we have set up is huge.
Yeah, shrinking.
Like there's not a,
I think Kirksville's the one that I'd be more concerned, you know, trying to figure out what.
well, I'm saying like, we've tried going outside, we've done that before, we've cooked out, we've tried even in the lobby, like it's still big, like it's just, I think we could fit, I mean, I see it we don't open our doors till 5 minutes before, so there's 300 people easily fitting in the lobby. Like it's all open, the studio's open, parking lot's gigantic, the side, it's all open. So yeah, I think that's why I'm talking about, like maybe we need to think some more on it, but like all those different options, like we've done the smoker grill outside and stuff going on in the parking lots. That's why I'm also saying like maybe we need to, we've never used the auditorium for our student stuff. Like it's the one area we haven't really messed with. That's why like maybe we pipe and drape something to make it look really small, but try some kind of production thing. Like everything else feels gigantic.
Can you borrow something from the camp, like those eggs, and do rent some laser stuff and
Oh, we can
auditorium?
get, no, if we did laser tag for this, like it'd cost some money, like I mean, that was kind of the event that I wanted to do before, but if we set up laser tag in our auditorium, like cleared everything out, did laser tag in there, and it's like that would be pretty free and sweet, because you got music pumping, a good sound system, something dark and fun. I mean, it would just cost some money, but yeah.
What about black lights in the auditorium on a separate switch?
No, I have no idea. I mean, we could.
And doing black light night.
No.
Quick question,
Yes.
they got me thinking. I would love to use the archery tag stuff, but nobody else wants to use it. But you're gonna go laser tag.
Well, I'm not opposed to archery tag, but I think I would say we're not going to use archery tag. The reason why is I didn't see a lot of women play archery tag. I think more women would play laser tag if we had that. But you guys can. I don't.
Yeah, I mean, that's always a great question. How much of that camp stuff do we want to use throughout the year at our different locations, or how much do we want to keep it special? I'm not saying we can't at all, but for special events, I think it's a great
The thing about your location, it's small, it's, parking lots, and Macomb, it's going down, and it's right there in backdrop, and Monty, you've got yours. Jason, yours is not bad. That one just gets swallowed up, it's just a weird feel.
What's the Logan dock look like?
It looks, it's an open space, but the lighting, you could, like, that'd be, originally when we were gonna do laser tag, that's actually where I was gonna put it. It's quite a bit of open area there since we cleaned it out, and we could definitely do something back there, but, yeah, that's not a bad space either. It's big and open, it's just as big as the lobby, that's actually quite bigger, it's a huge space.
Yeah.
But it's an open, nice, like,
Everything's like.
yeah, it's a nice open space.
Walls are just wooden blocks that you get into. Don't know what I'm saying.
Our studio is actually a good size
So they should.
for some of that. It just needs, I think it needs, whatever facelift you guys just did, we could easily use the same. That's, and it's like, it's just a big open space. That's not all that beautiful. Anyway, we don't even monopolize it, but yeah. One thing on
We were talking this kickoff event has also been for us high schoolers. So like before we kind of would include Fuse and senior high, but we found that our Fuse numbers end up dropping a lot where our senior high numbers kind of stayed. Like when we first had our rally, we had like 15 Fuse and 15 senior high. At the end, we had like 13 senior high and 1 Fuse. So I just thought popped in and said, oh, well, I guess this is just a high school kickoff event, which I'm fine with because Fuse students get something every week. They're together every week. They get something special there. So.
Lime will probably cook a pig and do a hayride,
Tractor race.
tractor races.
what you do for mini golf, Jordan, what that look like?
You know our space, how up and down all around it is. So we went clubs, we created our own holes. We also had like PVC pipe dropping it down from different places. Probably had 10 holes throughout the entire building, all throughout. It worked really well. And it's probably the second best event that we did.
What'd you use for putters?
I have a bunch, not like a bunch, one for everybody, but every group had a putter. So that helps you out a lot. You only end up taking like 15 putters, which is more reasonable. You can also go to a thrift store and grab a bunch.
Yeah, that's a great all-inclusive activity.
Girls like it, guys like
I'm
it.
trying to think of some more of those.
When we did the scavenger hunt, that was, girls liked it too. It was fun when we had a couple different ones that we did throughout last year that were hits that we're going to continue on. But nothing trumps your students owning. Yeah, nothing trumps that. Your students own it, it's a huge win. They're going to invite all the people, they're going to get them all there. I think that's what everybody, when you had somebody involved on stage last year, nothing beat that. And nothing ever will. So maybe your students got great ideas that we're not thinking of right here too.
Well, my fear is we just don't have a lot of time to figure out those ideas.
Oh, I hear you.
I think I agree with you.
I think we can get on the worldwide internet and find some pretty good ideas too.
Yeah.
That's what I would do, is just get on and
There's a ton of out there. It's just,
Mhm.
it's not all works with our context. Like you can go there and then get lost in the internet. I've done plenty of research on it. I mean, you're gonna look at it, you're gonna be like, oh, that might work, and it'll flop. It just depends where you're looking, if you're looking the right spot, how much time you wanna commit to looking.
hour and a half, cookout, fun, 5 minutes, vision